Starting this stream with the Temptations' Ball of Confusion.
People moving out, people moving in. Why? Because of the color of their skin. Run, 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 but you sure can't hide. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, brother, rap on. Well, the only person talking about love, nine brother, is the preacher. And it seems nobody's interested in learning but the teacher. Segregation, determination, demonstration, integration, aggravation, humiliation, obligation to our nation. Oh, yeah. That's what the world is today. The sale of pills are at an all-time high. Your folks walking around with their heads in the sky. Cities aflame in the summertime. No, the beat goes on. Evolution, revolution, gun control the sound of soul. Shooting rockets to the moon, kids growing up too soon. Politicians say more taxes will solve everything. And the band played on. Nobody knows. Sickle, can't you hear me talking to you? That's the ball of the future now. Oh, yeah. That's what the world is today. Fear in the air, tension everywhere. Unemployment rising fast, the Beatles' new records of gas. And the only safe place to live is on an Indian reservation. And the band played on. Eve of destruction, tax deduction. City inspectors, bill collectors. Population all hands. Suicide, too many bills. Hippies moving to the hill. People all over the world are shouting in the war. And the band played on.
Oh, wow. See, this is where it'd be a lot easier. How long have I been going for? 6 minutes. That song was 5 minutes. Mic was off, but I caught it. Says although I have another issue going on, the audio current bitrate 0 is lower than the recommended bitrate. I know exactly what I said. I'm hoping that this error that I'm excellent. Okay. So it would have been nice to say, hey, your audio's not on. Bummer. Bummer. Let me recap the 6 minutes that I had the mic off. I'll even sum it up in even fewer minutes. That up there in your top right hand corner. Event 201, Operation Lockstep, Crimson Contagion, SPARS 2023-2028. Do a search. Look them up. If you don't, good luck. And I wouldn't be expecting somebody else to come and help you out. Not that they shouldn't. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is all the people, when you finally do get it, all the people that you know are out there and we're right, if you want to think of it as being right and wrong, they're not going to be there to help you. Why? Because they're going to be too busy taking care of them. Nothing personal. Do you understand? Fauci the Sickle calls it how he does.